everyone, I'm Nina Zeta, Director of Partnerships at Sidewalker Daily. If you're new to our channel, welcome. Sidewalker Daily, we work mostly with brands in the travel industry. So it could be hotels or tourism boards, PR agencies, different travel websites. Those are really mostly our clients. And we also work with a lot of influencers and creators because we do influencer marketing for these brands and digital strategy and social media and all that good stuff. So for today's video, I'm really going to be talking to the content creators, the creatives, the influencers about animated Instagram stories and how I think it can give you a push up or leverage when you are working with brands. So for this video, it's going to be a little bit different than the other types of videos you would see on animated Instagram stories. It's not going to be a tutorial. I will be sharing my screen to show you like some apps that I think are really, going to be helpful for you and will help you be more creative and help you create really cool stories, but I'm not going to be showing you exactly how to do it. I'll just be showing you different apps and different, apps and how they work. So before I get into that, why is it important that you guys are knowledgeable on Instagram animated stories? So for one, if you're working with a brand and you can provide something that's a little bit more cutting edge, a little bit more sophisticated, like an animated story, you are A, helping yourself stand out, and B, you are learning a new skill set. And I think that's something that you can upcharge for. You can, anytime you have a skill set that isn't like, of the norm, that has a little bit more thought behind it, it's like a sellable skill set. And I think once you start seeing some of the examples in this video, you're going to be like, oh yeah, that's really cool. I could totally sell that or include it as your portfolio. Having animated Instagram stories is a great content piece because you can add it to your portfolio and it's a way to show the brands that you're trying to work with content that you can create for them. It doesn't even necessarily mean that you have to be in these animated stories. It's just showing them, hey, this is what I can do for you. And I think that's going to help you go a long way in this space. Now, I do want to say, I don't want you guys to overdo it when it comes to animated Instagram stories, because the point of stories, I think, is to, show a real-time movement of your life. It's to connect with your audience in a less staged way. For a lot of people, their permanent posts are a lot more thought out, but the stories is supposed to be authentic and free-flowing. So you don't want your, your stories, every single one, to be super animated unless that's your vibe. I know an influencer who all her stories are super animated and fun, and I guess that's just who she is. And at first I was kind of like, oh, that's a lot, but then now she's consistent with it, and that consistency has paid off because it's part of her brand. And she knows hey, anyone that's watching is a potential client for her. So she wants to always have her stories on point, because it's, again, letting brands know, hey, if I can do this for myself, I can do this for you. Now I'm going to share my screen and show you a few apps that I think are going to help you create those really cool animated stories. And then I'm going to talk about a little bit, how you can upsell them. For the first app we're going to talk about is Pixaloop. So, when you see those photos or videos on Instagram, just kind of like this one right here, where there's movement in them, that's where you're going to use Pixaloop. And I think it's important to show you guys this because let's look at their Instagram account. Let's look for something that's travel-esque. Let's see this one. So let's just say you're working with a tourism board. If you were able to produce some sort of asset that looks like this, with the clouds moving, that could be something you can upsell. And that's something that's exciting for them. Again, let's look for another travel one, something like this. You see there's just slight movement in the waves. So yeah, this is the type of app that creates movement for you. Another app we love is made with Over. It's called Over, but their website is right here. This type of app is really great for like text, for different stories. It helps you with animations. It helps you with layouts. One of the really cool things about it too is that you can work with your brand and insert like, all your brand colors on it. And here's an example of that. I think that's one thing I often talk about is influencers making sure they use their brands and have a brand color. So again, if you're looking for some sort of animation, some sort of like, they have all of that. And here we have their Instagram account as well. So you guys can just take a quick peek and see the types of things that you could create. And it's gonna, by having, a little bit more thought out, using like animated stories, by using an app like Over, you can use this content as content, that you're gonna put in your portfolio, that you're gonna sell to brands. The third app I want to talk about is Lifelapse app. It's really for those the stop motion videos. I think stop motion is really, really great for, sellable assets. It's a way to animate your stories, animate your posts, but again, it's a really strong skill set to be able to create some stop motion stuff. It's showing the clients that you work with that you're able to kind of over deliver rather than just like a flat photo or a flat story. Here on their Instagram, let's take a look. I did see some really cool like travel-y stuff earlier. Let's take a look. So she's just having fun with like some time lapsing here. But again, if this was like a sponsored post, maybe that would do better for her. And you're going to want to make sure, you take a look at different influencers and seeing kind of how they're using Stop app. If you're at a hotel and you're working with like food, doing something that's kind of like quick and easy will, get the brands excited. Another app I wanted to show you guys was the Clip-O-Matic. It's the one that puts captions on for you. So let me just show you.
Morning, everybody. Today I want to talk about communication.
Okay, so we won't go into it, but there you go. Captions. So many people watch stories without talking. Without volume. So using an app like Clip-O-Matic is going to be really helpful for you. We use Canva all the time. If you go to Canva right here on the homepage, you're going to see animated social media. You can, while these are for like designated posts, you can play around with them so that they can fit into stories. And let's go ahead here and see the different sort of animations that they have. So like, I don't know, something like this. Here are where the animations are. So if you wanted to be able to do some sort of animated posts or animated stories, Canva also has a mobile version as well as a desktop version for you. So we went through some apps. Hopefully it wasn't too overwhelming. There's like obviously a lot of things out there. My advice to you would be to pick and stick. Now there's tons of different apps. There's tons of different things, and you're not going to, probably be amazing at all of them. You may be. You practice, but just remember that practice does make perfect, and it's better to stick to a few styles and like perfect them and get really good at it than try to learn everything at once. If stop motion is your thing, focus on stop motion and create on your website. Content creators and creatives have on your portfolio a stop motion area. It would obviously be called animated stories or animated content or whatever you want to call it. And then you can show different stop motion techniques. If it's that movement with the, the pixel loop, the stuff that we saw with the movement of the clouds, focus on that, get good at it before you move on to the next. Another word of advice for animated, Instagram stories is to not overdo it with your templates. There's so many templates out there to choose from. You may, you want to obviously figure out which ones you like best, but this happens to us too, and mostly me. But I like want to use them all, and then I'm like, they don't make sense together. Like, what am I doing? It's messy. If you're using animated Instagram stories to impress brands, you're going to want to be cohesive and not, have thousands of different templates that don't really match or speak to each other. That's why it's so important to, work on your branding. I'm going to include a link below on a video that we did on branding for creatives, because it's super, super important to have, your colors, palette kind of matching, your fonts, what type of size text, all your headers, just to kind of give you that clean, professional look and not just like, oh, I used a template. And remember, creating animated Instagram stories it's an investment in yourself. It may take a little bit long in the beginning to like figure out, but once you get good at it, you're going to be able to really, make your portfolio shine and kind of stay up to trends. So don't shy away from getting to learn them. And if there's any other apps that you guys want to recommend, definitely leave them in the comment below. Hope you guys like this video. Subscribe to our channel to be in the loop with all types of videos, social media driven, Instagram, influencer marketing, and I will see you in the next video.